let me do the control shift as a little tricky. There we go, jumping into the game right now. And it's between none other than HaNfy and PuPu. And you can take it away, Maralekos.
Alright, top left hand side of the map. Yeah, there we go. The green Zerg HaNfy playing for Ironix Gaming, I think it is. And in the bottom right hand side of the map, the purple Zerg for Dead Pixels PuPu or PuPu.
PuPu. PuPu. I don't know. PuPu. I think PuPu.
I don't know.
I met the guy once. But we talked as humans rather than StarCraft players.
I think that's pretty okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, even if you are both of those kinds of people. And
I see people in chat are loving the hot dad, by the way. Sorry, guys. If you really don't like it, just let me know. I'm just too big of a fan, I guess. All right.
Yeah, I saw those videos the last time. I think it was the first qualifier that I watched. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're somehow strange.
Somehow, yes.
Yeah, but let's go to the game, little lady. Yeah. Maybe a little bit, since we saw both players going for a pool first, actually, and we had the first Zerglings running out for HaNfy already, and the first expansion in production for PuPu. So, yeah, let's see if that works out for him. Because, yeah, we have 4 Zerglings on the way. But HaNfy is going for at least 12 Zerglings here, it seems like. And then he's adding the expansion. So maybe if he's lucky, he can take out some Zerglings here and there. But he needs to be careful. I mean, Zerglings do a lot of damage to those units. But if you... I don't know, the 4 Zerglings can save the base. But yeah, like we see, PuPu has to pull those workers. You have this extra damage and extra thing to go for. But we see all of the Zerglings of PuPu being taken out, and this is a pretty rough spot to be in right there. You have a lot of Zerglings of HaNfy attacking into this, and yeah, 2 more just running the fight. So can he actually surround the queen there? Seems like he can. I think the queen will survive. Will it? Ooh. Yes, it will. Close call there, but yeah, the queen mother is alive.
Yeah. Okay, so that's 4 drones that PuPu lost, but he did get his hatchery up earlier, so there was a bit of a trade-off there.
Yeah, that's right.
Curious.
But at the same time, he's 6 workers behind, so he lost 4, is 6 behind. So he needs to produce some workers right now, and he is, like 3 more in the production tab. And it seems like, yeah, not only PuPu is HaNfy is afraid of getting pushed with the spine at the front, but also HaNfy is going for the same thing, also adding a spine. So yeah, maybe he's taking into account that there could be a pretty high counter aggression incoming. But yeah, it's not the case, to be honest. It's only drones in production, but still HaNfy is like 6 drones up at the moment. So the little push he did, yeah, paid for itself. Both players have their expansions, so the same production facility at the moment. And yeah, the army also is almost the same. And actually HaNfy is adding 3 gases, so I guess we will see a Roach Roin pretty fast there. Because, or he's going for a lot of banelings. I mean, we have to see a Roach Roin or a baneling nest pretty soon. On the other side, PuPu is already going for the Roach Roin. It's halfway done, and yeah, now a little bit later, HaNfy is starting his one as well. Yeah, and creating the choke point with the Evo Chamber. Also a thing you see on this map most of the time by all Zerg players. I would be surprised if PuPu is not adding. Okay, he has the Spine Crawler there to somehow create some sort of choke point there.
It's very similar setups, both sides of the map.
Yeah, and yeah, with HaNfy adding the Evo Chamber a little bit earlier, we also see that he's going for the range upgrade already. So yeah, he wants to stick to those roaches or empower his roach forces that he's going to produce soon. And both players going for the lair now. So yeah, roach speed might be one of the go-to things right there. And yeah, maybe we will see some Ravagers and maybe even Hydras or Miras being added then later on. Yeah, but before anything else, I don't know. No roaches on the field at the moment, right? Yeah, both players going for the roach roll, but not adding any roach for now, but beforehand going for the third base. And yeah, I think one of the stuff that is favoring HaNfy at the moment is the creep spread. Because yeah, he could move out a little bit faster until a certain point on the map.
Yeah, and of course in ZVZ you're like, well, both players benefit from the speed boost, so why build it? But of course one player gets vision and the other doesn't. So there's still
that's right.
An advantage to building creep.
And also, I mean, PuPu would have the speed boost in front of HaNfy's base, but the way he would, the time he would have to go over there, yeah, would be pretty long, because right in front of his base there's not that much creep spread, and yeah, HaNfy can go almost to the middle of the map already with the speed boost. But now he actually decides to, I don't know, don't creep further than the ramp. And now he's going, I don't know, to the sides to expand the creep over there.
Ooh, PuPu has a nice scouting overlords across the map, sees these roaches taking the long way around. So their little strategy of going unscouted has failed. PuPu drawing back his Zerglings there, knowing that he can't take on 6 roaches with just that little Zerglings.
Yeah, and a little other tech route that was taken by HaNfy is the Spire. And we see the first Mutas in production right there. So yeah, Mutas don't deal that much damage against roaches in huge numbers, but yeah, they are uncontested. So in the long run, they will win. Mm-hmm. All depends on PuPu maybe dealing some damage before the Mutas are out, or before the roaches die to Mutas and all the stuff that he has there. Whoa. And yeah, there you see PuPu just turning around, trying to run away. Yeah, but he will lose some of those roaches. And we see some workers going down at the third, I guess.
Uh-huh. And we immediately see 6 Spore Growlers and a Spire go down for PuPu as well.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, that's a thing I can understand. The Muta count of HaNfy is pretty high. He's at, I don't know, with 7 instantly, and yeah, he still is at 7. So it's not like he has 3. 7 Mutas are enough to deal some damage here and there, and also to, I think, one-shot drones and stuff. So actually going for 6 spores is not that much of an overreaction, I feel like. And yeah, HaNfy in the back of this has built lots and lots of roaches. As we can see, the surround is going on. We have the Mutas not even participating, now coming back, but those queens are not seeing any of those glaives shooting in. And GG's, HaNfy takes game number 1.
In a convincing fashion. Let's see. HaNfy is up 1. You know what I'm doing right now? I'm writing this down.
You're writing this down on paper?
I've had this before where I'm casting a series and we're starting the second game and I can't for the life of me remember who won the first one. I know, this happens to me after like 1 or 2 hours of casting. I know, blank out sometimes. So I'm writing it down. I got pen and paper right next to me.
Yeah, nice. Old school.
Uh-huh. Alright. Let's see. I'm going to take a quick look at the bracket, see if the other semifinal has been decided by now. And no, not as far as I can see. So Space Marine and Tomika still going at it. Space Marine, of course, was top 8 last year. He came to Amsterdam for the finals. So that was great. I met him there. I think I also met him in Valencia recently. And Tomika, I have never met before in real life. So who knows? Maybe he'll make it to the finals this time.
I don't know. I think Space Marine would be the favorite there. But yeah, I can tell you, since Tomikos is in my friends list, due to other casting stuff, the game they're into at the moment is 21 minutes.
Whoa.
So it's a pretty long game there. So everything can happen, I guess.
PuPu has chosen New Gettysburg as the map for game number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how much I can push Hot Dad until, you know.
Oh my god.
I fell in love the instant I first saw that. He's so hot. Oh,
He's so hot.
yeah. I guess it's a matter of preference, guys.
Yeah, obviously everything is right.
There's so much going on right now tonight in terms of StarCraft. You got the Corsair, Cub,
Oh,
Underdogs are there with the O Gaming casting them. WESG Sweden is live. So it's no wonder that we don't have the biggest amount of people watching watching the qualifier right now. Because I do know there's a bit more at stake at WESG, of course. The biggest prize pool in StarCraft history. There's $400,000 in China. And of course, the regional finals also have $27,000 in prize pool each. So definitely a lot at stake there.
Yeah, that's a tournament to go in if you want to get some money out of StarCraft.
Mm-hmm.
And I just watched on Team Liquid and Naniwise playing again.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't even seen him streaming lately, but it seems like he's doing pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, of course, even if he hadn't practiced for a while, I guess he's still, forced to be reckoned with among the Swedish players. And it's kind of like Stefano too, right? I mean, not completely
Yes.
similar, but Stefano's like, well, I'm not playing that much, but this is a big tournament. Hey, I can actually,
let's go to Home Story Cup and win.
Yeah, no, and he played in WSG as well. He can represent Tunisia. That's the first time that he played, as a Tunisian. So that was pretty sweet for him. I'm gonna jump into the game right now. Let you take it away. Wait, that's the wrong button. That's the right one.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go. New Gettysburg is the map. Left hand side, the purple Zerg for Dead Pixels PuPu. And the bottom right, green Zerg for Ironix HaNfy.
Awesome. Is that a German team?
Ironix Gaming is German as far as I know, right? I mean, do you know Sylvanas? She's a German streamer and caster. And she's from Austria as far as I know.
Okay.
And they have mostly German players on their StarCraft roster. I actually don't know about other games. I know that they have a Counter-Strike and other teams as well. But I think in terms of StarCraft, it's, let's say, at least mostly German-speaking.
Right.
And Nurture. Yeah. That's it.
Awesome.
Yeah, so let's watch.
It's really pretty similar so far. There's a gas going down for PuPu and none for HaNfy so far. Oh,
yeah, they switched it up a little bit. One was going for the gas first, one was going for the pool first.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, that will mostly equal out each other.
Right. New Gettysburg, of course, the map with that strange little, tight walkway in between the two bases at the bottom. So that's the quickest way to your opponent. But it's, it's very prone to being, you're prone to getting ambushed with your forces if you're in such a small choke there. So for early game, it's nice, but later on, you don't want to walk your entire army through there, single file.
No, you don't want to. And especially in the ZVZ, with having the Overlords right there, I think the path for Zergling stuff and Speedling stuff mostly is going to the top of the map because there will be Overlords scouting this path anyway. Mm-hmm. And if you want to surprise your opponent with something like a Zergling push, I don't know, 10, 12 Zerglings with speed in the beginning, then you have to go the top route instead of taking this small bottom thing there.
For sure. And a bit of a defensive play from HaNfy, throwing down a spine crawler. Is there any reason you think he needs one? Do you think that he thinks that he needs one?
I'm not sure. I don't see any. I mean, he scouted the 4 Zerglings, but I think 4 Zerglings are not a reason to put down a spine. Maybe he's getting, or he thinks about having more Zerglings and maybe a bending push incoming. PuPu going for a bending nest at the moment, but at the same time, did he scout the 3rd? Yes.
Yeah,
HaNfy was scouting the 3rd.
I do think that HaNfy's spine crawler finished just around the time that he scouted the 3rd base for the first time. So maybe after scouting the 3rd, he would have cancelled it, the spine crawler if it was on time, or maybe not. Maybe he has different plans.
Yeah, I think that would definitely be an option there. And PuPu going for the 3rd base right here, and actually is also scouting with the Zergling at the third of HaNfy, so he knows if there would have been a drone or something. And it's not the case. So let's see if, I don't know, HaNfy is planning for some sort of push here. But it doesn't seem like it, right?
No, so there's a lair coming up though.
Yeah, 2 Evo chambers and a lair.
Okay.
And actually it's 4 gas, so with the lair incoming, I guess this will be Midas.
Well, it worked last time.
Yes, the question is, how much stuff will PuPu take or build before the Midas are there? I mean, he's going for the lair as well, so he's not that far behind in that regard. The question is, does he want to go for Spyro as well, or which is more likely since he has roaches only for the roach speed? And yeah, the roaches are producing now. Some of them finishing, and yeah, but the roaches are pretty slow, and they are scouted already with this Overlord that is in between the second and third base, and now with the Overseer. So yeah.
And you were right, PuPu starting roach speed upgrade after his lair finished. So it seems different tech routes for these players. The the Spire's already halfway done though, and there's a bit of a bank in terms of gas building up for HaNfy. So when this finishes, I guess he can make at least 5 or 6, possibly 7 Mutalisks.
Yeah, and we also see the Speedling upgrade now being researched, so he goes for that one pretty late, relatively, and yeah, he will build some Zerglings in addition to the Mutas, because yeah, you always have some minerals in the bank if you're going for Mutas, because they're gas intensive. And yeah, you will add some Zerglings to the army there. But a nice scout here by PuPu.
Definitely. Just as the Spire finishes, so that's just the right time we want to start throwing down those Spore Crawlers. And we do see 5 Spore Crawlers go down immediately all across PuPu's bases. Yeah. So he'll definitely be more ready, and he won't be caught with his pants down, as he was last game when he was just attacking with his roaches. Had to walk all the way back, under fire from the Mutalisks.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's building his own Spire, actually, by the way. Kind of missed it.
That was just the thing I just wanted to say. I don't know, it was, I think just some seconds before he scouted the Spire of HaNfy, he was starting his own Spire, and then he was going for the Spores. And yeah, let's see, how many meters are there? 6 at the moment. So yeah, it seems like he's just going Overlord hunting for now, and wants to establish his third now. Pretty far behind, to be honest, in terms of getting the third base, but not that far behind in terms of workers. Actually, HaNfy just finished a round of workers and is ahead now, while being on 2 bases. You don't see that one that often, I guess. But PuPu, yeah, you show it on screen. The Queens are a pretty good defense there against those Mutas. Especially with the creep going up, you have the movement speed, and the Spores also prevent the Mutas from dealing damage.
And there's 8 Mutas for PuPu on the way now, so that's 2 more than HaNfy has, and HaNfy is not producing any extra Mutas. So, yeah, I don't know. This could switch,
he's not.
Especially if he loses Mutas, as he's doing right now.
Yeah, that's a little bit uncareful. And we see in the production, in the unit tab, PuPu is actually leading by like 25 army supply at the moment. And yeah, this can be a pretty big factor. Even if the Mutas are fighting each other, the units underneath them soak some of those glaive shots, maybe. So yeah, more damage going to other units than Mutas, and you can win the fight this way. But PuPu has the higher Muta count anyways,
yeah,
right?
It's 5 to 12 Mutas. 13 Mutas. So.
Yeah, good position here for PuPu, I would say.
Yeah. Certainly. This looks like it could very well be a tied series after this game, but of course, it's way too early to call it right now. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it is.
Overlord hunting going on in the reversed order now, and yeah, maybe PuPu has free reign over HaNfy's base, but there's some counter pressure going on from the top. Lots of Zerglings.
We have a split push, or I don't know, run by, however you want to call that. And yeah, HaNfy is supply blocked right now, but I think with seeing the Mutas right here instead of his second base, I think he should just send in the Zerglings to the third of PuPu, because he's not doing it at the moment. You see some Spores starting to build. This one actually goes through with just a pretty small amount of health points, but the Mutas are so strong. so many. It's
HaNfy's
23 over 4.
They took a lot of shots, HaNfy's Mutas. So I think HaNfy's going to have a hard time defending against these Mutas. And he realizes that he's sending in his Zerglings, hoping to do lots of damage, making sure that there's no further Mutas for PuPu coming out. But I don't know, it's going to be... Oh, PuPu's drawing his Mutas back, actually.
Yeah, I think he has to. I mean, there are Zerglings in all 3 of his bases, and he's losing workers and workers and workers. He's lost 19 right now. So with maybe losing the 3rd base to the Lings as well, this can be a pretty hard shot to take when HaNfy is able to just keep up the income and maybe catch up in terms of Muta count. The question is, does he want to? He's actually going for 8 Infestors right now, so this means Mutas should not be the call for HaNfy. He wants to get this one fungal maybe winning him the game.
Did he get the glands upgrade thingy so that when the Infestors pop out, they have enough energy for a fungal growth right away?
I didn't see it.
Let's check. I didn't see it on the production tab. I think he did. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, he does. So yeah, Mutas are. They need to be careful. This could, this could very well turn out disastrous if these Mutas fly in, unsuspecting, fly into a chain fungal there. That could definitely turn the game around. If it hasn't turned around already, seeing that's how PuPu lost so many Harvesters.
Yes, that's the way it is. I mean, HaNfy keeping up in Harvesters might be the good thing to go for, as well as taking out the 3rd base of PuPu and going for a 4th of his own. So HaNfy wants to play the eco game here, and PuPu has the upper hand in terms of army at the moment. The question is, can he profit off of that? Or is it just too risky to fly into Spores and Queens and the few Mutas HaNfy has? And obviously the Infestors.
That's a lot of them. How many are those? Yeah, 8. Still 8. And they have a lot of energy by now.
Yeah, it can end pretty badly if you just miscontrol them. I don't know if you even move around with your Mutas and you get a fungal, that might be okay. But if you, I don't know, click somewhere around the area of the Infestors and the Mutas stack too much and you get too many Mutas into the fungal, then this can instantly be game over. I mean, it's 23 Mutas, so a lot of army supply that PuPu has is in those Mutas. And I think if...
Oh god.
Yeah, the fungal... Oh boy!
That's a lot of Mutas.
Oh boy. This is more than 16 actually. Oh man, and another one will go down. Okay, catches some of these Mutas. Yeah, Muta number down to 10. Down to 8.
Yeesh.
There we go.
Alright.
Good catch there for HaNfy. Good fungals. And yeah, one of the things that lead to this one was, a pretty good creep spread, I think. I mean, if you see the Mutas coming in, you can somehow prepare and put your units into position to actually take those Mutas into a fungal.
Yeah, that certainly helped out a lot. PuPu had no time to react. Ooh, little Zergling scout running in there. Gets very far, actually. Look at that. Just runs all the way through the base.
Yeah. Maybe this will be the hero Zergling.
Like, could.
And, I don't know, it seems like HaNfy is sending all of his army down to hide this, to hunt this one bear Zergling. And this could have been the small... And we actually have 2 run-bys being set up right now by PuPu. One at the top, one at the bottom, going to the 2nd base.
Ultralisks are there, though.
The ultras, but he's going to the main base straight.
Ooh.
And... Oh, nice fungals.
My god. Oh, that was painful to
Those
watch.
were going down pretty fast. But 17 worker kills by PuPu. So in the main base there's something going on, man. And he's doing a good amount of damage to the economy. And if he can get the Ultralisk down, this would be so big.
I don't think he'll get though. 3 more
upgrade.
seconds. Oh, it's gotta be extremely... Denied!
Denied!
Oh.
That was insane. PuPu doing a pretty good job there.
That
I mean,
was
he
so
does not know
important.
about how close this was, but this was a good thing to take out.
Because Ultralisks really only get, become worth their money when they get that chitinous plating upgrade, giving them lots more armor. Of course, now the Ultralisk cavern has to be built all over again, and the wait time for the upgrade has to be, done. We have to wait for it again, so that's a very, very big setback in terms of the usefulness for the Ultralisks for HaNfy there.
Yeah, right. And at the same time, PuPu has his Ultralisk cavern, has finished the plating for those Ultras, and is now producing them to deal some damage. An interesting thing now popping up in the production tab, we have a Nidus being built by HaNfy. Oh boy. The question is, what units might you want to send in there?
There's
Maybe
something else
the
going on
infestors?
at the top left.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those. Yeah. I was just about thinking about that one with, I don't know, going to the Nidus into the main base to go for this infested terrains. But yeah, going it like that way, 7 workers and a lot of damage being dealt to the base and also to one of those ultras. But yeah, there are a lot of queens to transfuse them actually. But yeah, infestors all over the place. Second base, fungal going down, but I mean, he put himself into a pretty rough spot there. I mean, with the spore there, he's detectable pretty easily. But 6 more workers being taken out. Trade for 2 infestors might not be the best one, but maybe okay if we just watch the income situation.
It's not that bad. Yeah, neither player is on like a 60 or 70 or 60, I guess so, but not a 70 or 80 drone count. But is that something you see in ZVZ anyway, or is that am I mistaken about that?
It depends. I mean, mostly you see Zergs going up to like 65, 66, maybe 70, but yeah, going over that count almost is like a compensation move if you, I don't know, prepare for something that you expect to be there and lose some drones to. But we see the Nidus coming down, and what is in the Nidus? That's the big question. It's Ultralisks and Zerglings, all of them just joining in there. One spawning at the top as well, so the main base one will be taken out pretty easily, I guess. And yeah, he stopped choking those units out of there. But at the top, we have another Nidus incoming, so this 4th base will be under pressure. Yeah, I think he will do a lot of damage right here. This base could even fall, and the question is, does he want to send back those ultras?
Wow.
I think he will just go back into the Nidus, right?
Those ultras deal so much damage.
And they're so big, and they're just slipping into this Nidus like nothing.
Yeah, that's funny actually.
Yeah, he loses some infestors.
Yeah,
so.
all the infestors going down.
But in the middle of the map, the big HaNfy army is walking out. Muta's scouting this one though.
Let's take a look at the units tab here. Let's see, the armies are pretty close. There's Vipers in the mix for HaNfy, whereas there's still Mutas for PuPu.
And also, one advantage for HaNfy is like he has the 3-3 upgrade, while PuPu is on 2-2.
Yeah.
And HaNfy also has the +1 flyer attack, which he doesn't use. So in terms of upgrades, he's pretty far ahead. But we see more run-bys for HaNfy taking out some queens. And yeah, taking out queens also might be a pretty big factor in the end. If you just take into account that the Ultra is getting a lot of worth.
An eye for an eye! Ultralisk Cavern got taken out.
Right. What did I wanted to say? Yeah, the queens transfusing those ultras also adds a lot of worth to the army.
Certainly.
Yeah, this seems to be scouted since lots of the army is moving over there, or some of the army at least. Yeah, good use of these mutas to take those out. Those 3 ultras actually might deal a lot of damage here. As you want, yeah, he's actually right-clicking the hive. Oh boy, and this might actually work. This can be pretty huge. I mean, there's no Ultralist then on the way or finished for PuPu, right?
Oh, no. Transfuses
going down. Oh, those queens.
So many transfuses.
Oh, man. Good job there. But nice adding another Nidus Worm there to add to save those ultras.
Thanks to the queens that Hive lived there, man.
I think this would be a huge setback. I mean, he does not have the Ultralist Cavern, right? No.
I think you're right. Let's look at the structures tab. Nope. There's no Ultralist Cavern in there. So you're right, he needs the Hive for that. 3-3 is almost finishing up for PuPu, so he definitely has reason not to engage right now. Ooh, but there's a big engage going on.
Oh, HaNfy going in, abducting some of those queens. But what is going on here right now? Some transfusers raining down on top of those ultras. And it looks pretty good for HaNfy supply-wise. He's taking a huge lead right there. And yeah, PuPu is on the run.
Oh
and
god.
It's like, yeah, there we go. GG by PuPu.
And it was seconds before 3-3
HaNfy
finishes for PuPu, so yeah.
Yeah, good timing there for HaNfy.
Definitely. Alright. Congratulations to HaNfy. This means he qualifies for the DSCL Open of 2016.